I wanted to share a little trick or exercise warm-ups that I've created to help me out to practice my finger movements, as well as knowing which notes are in the corresponding key I'm playing, whether if it's major or minor. Uh, it'll help me to correspond not only the notes, but also help me to control the finger movements so that way I can get to those notes. In this case, I want to share with you an example of a major key. So in this case, I'm going to do a key of D. So what I do is that there's two patterns or two warm-ups that I've created, and then there's an exercise after that. So what I've done is I go and do this formation. That's the first pattern. And I practice my descent. That's one. The second one is to go a little bit further up to an octave. Again, I'm practicing my ascend and descend. And then here's the exercise. That is to combine them together in ascend and descend. So I go from here, from the first pattern, climbing my way up to the second one, and descend from the second pattern to the first pattern. And the exercise goes like this. The purpose of that is for you not only to control, or I should say, to know the exact notes of the key you're in, but it also helps you to control your finger movements, because it helps you to, well, first of all, to build up your calluses, first of all, and second is to help you to control your finger movements, and that helps you to really form chords, whether it's major sevens or suspended twos or anything else, dominant E's or anything else in between, but also helps you to form different triads, different root positions, or anything else in between, and also to help you to be familiarized on how to reach individual notes in the corresponding key you're playing, whether if it's major or minor. It'll help you to familiarize, for your fingers to be familiarized with the notes on the fretboard, on the guitar, and it'll be easier for you to make your solos, as well as doing some melodic lines, voicings, whatever you want to do. It'll be super easy. That's the major exercise. Now I'm going to do the minor, which is a little bit easier, I should say, or a little bit similar, I should say. It's a little bit similar to the major exercise, but it should be almost the same concept for the minor exercise. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so the two patterns for the minor, I'm going to do the same D, but this time it's going to be a D minor now. This is actually a little bit easier to understand, but again, the maneuverance concept of your fingers and to familiarize with the notes is pretty much the same, except this one has a similar format and a little bit easier to understand. So this is one pattern. See how I'm not going like further up in between or going further back down? It's just the same like area right here. And then you practice your descent. That's the first pattern. The second pattern is this. So again, it's the same thing, only on this portion here, and you practice your ascend and descend. And then here's the exercise, combining two together. So starting from the pattern until you work up to this D, which then corresponds to your start of the second pattern. Then you make your ascent to the higher octave or the double octave D. And you practice your descent going back to the first, going all the way back to your starting point. So theoretically it would be like this. Will be like that. And again, the concept is the same. Not only to familiarize the notes of the corresponding key, but also allows for your fingers to be familiarized with the notes as well as to control your movement. So it really helps out for guitar players to practice and do that exercise in warm-ups, so that way their fingers can be familiarized and be recognized and handle the motion throughout the fretboard, so it'll be easier for them to play chords or do a lot of solos or anything else in between. It'll help out a lot for efficiency, for timing, for speed, dynamics, or anything else that corresponds to them. But the point is to get your fingers to be familiarized and to control your motion. So yeah, that's what I want to share. So I hope it helps you out. And of course, these patterns, the major and the minor pattern exercise, is the same thing in whatever key you're playing. So this can be the same thing for an E major, an E minor, a C, a D, an A. It can be almost anything. It can be any key, really. It can be an F sharp or a B flat. It can be on any key, as long as it's the same concept. And again, it's in any major or minor category you wanted to warm up. It's the same concept. So yeah, that I want to share with you, and I hope it helps you out. And if you have any further questions, let me know. But thought I'd share this little technique and practice exercise that I come up with. So yeah, take care. Have a blessed day.